this Texas State story, because I feel like we owe Texas State fan a chance to air their stuff out. Because if you get in the YouTube comment sections on the YouTube TV, Texas State fan lost their mind over what we talked about on this show yesterday. And I simply asked the question, do you believe that Texas State moves the needle for the Pac-12? And I've talked to many TV people about this. I've asked TV people multiple times. And I have been told by television sources at just about every network, Texas State is inconsequential. Other than the fact it extends travel in the Pac-12 footprint, it is not a university that is going to draw significant TV dollars. And most television people don't even know of Texas State. Like, hey, is it a good football program? Are they a lacrosse school? Do you go there to play great chess? They have no idea. And that's the issue. However, adding Texas State to the Pac-12 makes sense because it gives you that 8th full member, right? And that allows you to move forward and grow. But I continue to tell you, in this situation with the Pac-12, you can't simply keep adding warm-blooded bodies because you need them. You have to, at some point, find a way to add somebody who can give you leverage. Because the only leverage, and I know that Pac-12 fans will lose their mind over this, the only leverage that the Pac-12 has over the Mountain West is Boise State. Because, frankly, when we look at the numbers, and we went over this yesterday, and in the comment section, please get into it. Who on this graph right here, who on this graphic, are you like, wow, yeah, holy cow, that's where the huge TV audience is? Because I can tell you it's not Colorado State. It's not Fresno State. It is certainly not Oregon State or Washington State right now. And it's not San Diego State, and it's absolutely not Utah State. Utah State's invisible in the state of Utah, let alone across the West Coast. It's Boise State. That's the brand. That's the one. And if you are the Mountain West, you have that in UNLV. UNLV, who Pac-12 fans on the show yesterday and in the comments section took to trashing and saying that, oh, UNLV sucks. And okay, then why were you so desperate to get them from the Mountain West? UNLV sucks and they're nothing, but you were desperate to get them. Well, because UNLV doesn't suck. UNLV is a really good partner. UNLV resides in the sports and entertainment mecca of the West Coast, I would remind you, where, I don't know, the Big Ten's having its media day, and the Big 12 and the Mountain West Conference is relocating to Las Vegas. Obviously, you have the two premier brands now split up in different conferences with Boise State and UNLV. Basketball, different conversation. I think Gonzaga is a great get. I think Grand Canyon coming in is a great get. But when we're talking about revenue generation, it is largely football. So when you bring Texas State into the Pac-12, is it going to make them significantly more money than they're making now? Probably not. So should we expect them with higher costs at Texas State? Should we expect them to compete at a higher level than they are right now? Probably not. So can Texas State consistently win big games, contend for a college football playoff spot? Because those are the only two ways they are going to drag TV viewership off of Austin, Texas, and DKR, which I don't know if you guys saw or not, but the ESPN FPI for 2025 and 26 came out today. Anybody see who the number one team is? Well, that'd be the Texas Longhorns.
Stay hard.
So you're probably not taking bodies out of DKR. And San Antonio's not a great college football market. I'm going to guess you're not going to be able to go up to Lubbock and poll. And I'm going to guess you're not going to be able to go down to Houston and poll. San Marcos, Texas isn't a huge TV market. So I would love it in the comments section. And Texas State fan, the floor is yours. Feel free to tell me how I'm so wrong about Texas State. The problem, Jake, is I don't think I'm that far off.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think you're that far off. And I think, the obvious issue here is that, Pac-12 fan is emotional and Texas State fan is emotional. And, emotions tend to get people all fired up. And, I just think, not to repeat everything he just said, but I think all of those reasons are valid. And I think that, the Pac-12, I still will die on the hill of, has to prove that they can become a reliable and tenured conference again. They have to prove that, hey, at playing the level at this game, not the power level, you still know how to pay your bills and make your members money and do those things. And I just think that that's not a foregone conclusion. I don't think that that's all of a sudden just a book it, rubber stamp. Oh yeah, they're going to be just fine. I think that they are the furthest thing you can be from just fine right now. And again, it needs to be said because we get so much flack in the comments section about this. I don't have some big dog in this fight. I don't have we're talking about the Mountain West and the Pac-12. With all due respect, we're not talking about the SEC and the Big Ten. We're not talking about the Big 12. So for me, I'm just sitting here saying, look, man, like you look at the future path. You look at what these conferences have to do to get to a good spot, and it's obvious. It's not even a hot take. I don't feel like to say that the Pac-12 has more to do. And I think the road is more difficult. I mean, you're literally sitting here trying to die on the hill that your conference is adding Texas State. Like, good luck with that. Honestly, good luck with that. So that's why I say, no, you're not far off. Yes, Pac-12 fan and Texas State fan are incredibly emotional and say outlandish things all the time. And I just think that the conference is desperate to do whatever it can do to try to get back into existence, which, again, I'm still telling you is not just a foregone conclusion.
Well, and I also point out that, and again, I have a lot of love for Texas State fans. It's not possible for me to hate Texas State, which is what everybody was saying. It's not possible for me to hate the Pac-12. There isn't a reason. What you guys want to do is adjudicate whether or not it's a quality institution. Hey, our academics are amazing. Hey, that's all true. I don't disagree with you. We're having a conversation about business and money. The business of college football, especially specific to the Pac-12, is they need TV money and they need ammunition and leverage to get TV networks to pay them more money because Texas State's in the conference now. And I'm telling you, that doesn't exist. And we can look at how many times have we heard, oh, well, Monty, the Mountain West now's the WAC. What conference does Texas State play in? Don't they play in the Sun Belt? And are you really going to tell me that the Sun Belt somehow now is this amazing juggernaut of a conference where we're getting a Sun Belt team?
Stay hard.
You can't have it both ways.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a personal attack on Texas State. This is not a personal attack on San Marcos, Texas. The bottom line is San Marcos, Texas on its own do you really think that what's an equivalent? Do you really think UTSA is going to be outdrawn by Texas State? Right? I'm not even certain that UTSA is going to deliver you San Antonio. You're looking at and I think one of the bigger issues is the University of Texas is a Goliath of college football, right? They're not the best team in Texas. They're arguably the best team in the entire country. So when we talk about, well, they're close to Austin, what does that have to do with the price of tea in Istanbul? Nothing. Texas State is a great university. The Bobcats, it's a strong athletic department for a Sun Belt team. And what did all the Texas State fans? We took Arizona State to the limit. Okay. So you guys went undefeated outside of Arizona State, right? No, you didn't. You're not Boise State, you're not Utah and Boise State way back in the day, the BCS busters, and that's not who you are. My point in all of this is to say the Pac-12 needs a warm body, and Texas State, boom, you're gonna slot into that. But is it exponentially more money? Is it exponentially more opportunity? No, it is not. No, it is not. And I have no cross to bear with Texas State fan or all of you that were so certain. Like, I cannot tell you how many comments are like, you just hate Texas State. Have you thought about the things that come out of your mouth, sir? When you say I hate Texas State, ask yourself, why? Well, why would he hate Texas State?
I don't know either.
I have no idea why.
I don't know either.
I could not tell you why I hate Texas State because I don't.
You have to be nice to stupid people.
Right? Like, it to me, it's an irrelevant university in the grand scheme of power and G5 football. It does
first, you're last.
It does not. Texas State, in my opinion, does not belong as somebody that brings a solution to the Pac-12's problems, because it does not. It does not. And all of the people who are like, oh, well, you've never even been to San Marcos, Texas. Fucking right. I've never been there. Never been there. Been to San Antonio. Been to Houston.
Dallas.
Been to Dallas. Never been to San Marcos, Texas. My bad.
Monty, how could you miss on San Marcos?
But does that change my argument? Because I've never been to San Marcos, Texas. Does it change my argument that you guys at Texas State do not ultimately solve the biggest problem that the Pac-12 has, which is drawing a larger annual television distribution deal? The money that you are going to get. Does Texas State bring you to $10 million per school per year? No, it does not. It doesn't. Doesn't mean they suck. Doesn't mean they're terrible. Doesn't mean any of that. It just quite simply means you add Texas State to the Pac-12, you're still not at $10 million a year.
No.
So don't internalize it. Don't take it personally. It is what it is. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Texas State fanatics. Boosted merchandise sales due to increased fan engagement from Texas State's passionate regional support.
Well,
goddamn, you sold more Bobcat jock straps.
Man.
What does that have to do with anything, bruh? Like, and I appreciate you're here. Texas State fanatics, expanded bowl game invitations. That's not coming to you. That is not coming to you. Austin, San Antonio market brings in fresh advertising dollars. Sure. So if UT or UTSA were in this conversation, we could have that. San Marcos does not deliver that. It does not deliver that. And I wish that it did. But in what world do you live that you think Austin, Texas on a Saturday afternoon during football season is like, all right, Bobcats, here we go. Hook 'em, Bobcats. Yeah, I'm going to say that's, and looking at the TV data from such, like, and in
such as in like
stuff, it does not deliver that. You don't deliver that. And again, if you were UTSA, and I would make the argument, if UTSA and the Bobcats, Texas State, were going together, okay, maybe now we have an argument. There's some regionality there. I think San Antonio is probably 2.5 million people.
Mm-hmm. But
you're not doing that. UTSA football is functional and actually relevant. I think they were 7-6 last year. UTSA was 4-4 in conference, 7-6 last year. And I'm just telling you, when you look at their games, their wins were Kennesaw State. I beat Kennesaw State last year. Houston Christian, Florida Atlantic, Memphis. They beat Memphis last year. North Texas and Temple. Not great wins, but San Antonio's watching. And I'm just, they beat Coastal in their bowl game, which is great. So I'm just here to tell you, singularly speaking, Texas State does not do that. Joey B, I hate Monty's wardrobe for this show, but I like Jake's colorful golf shirt on a daily basis.
Yeah, see, that's what you're really here for. I know Texas State is super compelling. But my polo shirt selection is what
who doesn't have a rainbow selection of quarter zips in their closet?
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, it is a seasonality issue. I mean, in the wintertime, the quarter zip game has to be on point, but it's summer right now. You got to get the polo out. Come on.
I wore a polo shirt yesterday. I wore a blue polo shirt last week, and everybody all of a sudden said that I was
Monty the Smurf,
That's the other funny thing that came out of all these Texas State comments. Oh, you guys are just Utah fans. Oh, you guys are a Big 12 show. Oh, you guys just hate the Pac-12. Oh, you guys hate the Mountain. Like, we hate everybody, and we like everybody.
But one of the buddies in the comments section, one of the randoms in the comments section was like, you should call this the Monty Mountain Show. Okay, dude. Sure, because that's what this is.
Oh, this one's even better. Boosted ticket sales. Adding Texas State fan base will increase attendance and drive higher.
Now, I know that I was born last night, or I was born at night. It wasn't last night, dude. You're not boosting ticket sales, bro.
So your belief here is that you think Texas State fans are going to travel to Pac-12 games, and they're going to sell so many more tickets that we've got to get Texas State because their road. Bro, you guys only average 21,184 fans a game. And that was a 32% increase year over year. So, and your opinion is that you get 21,000 fans at home, and you think that 21,000 fan base is going to go travel to Pac-12. You think 21,000 fans are pilgrimaging to the Palouse or Corvallis or Fresno to go see Texas State at Fresno State? Come on, dude. Like, you're being obtuse. I've actually been to Texas State games. Of course you have.
Here we go.
Okay, the resident.
What would I do without you?
The resident TCU fan, Horny James. I had a lot of fun, and the barbecue was really good. You're not going to talk to us about their administrative building?
Yeah, their ops building.
I would love to see Boise State or Oregon State at Texas State. I mean, Boise can't wait to make the pilgrimage to San Marcos.
I mean, who wouldn't want to go to San Marcos? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Joey B. Colorado State raised my season ticket prices in football and basketball in lieu of the Pac-12 stuff. It's ridiculous. So, but again, you guys are going to be making so much more money in the Pac-12, and you get to go to glorious San Marcos, Texas, which I actually think is probably beautiful. I don't know. But aren't you willing to pay double the ticket prices? Because now Texas State fans are going to come in and fill your stadium up. I mean, right? And stuff. Yeah. Oh, increased recruitment exposure. Bro, do you really think? And see, this is the stuff that I just can't You really think, again, Boise State, you really think Boise State's like, well, hot damn, we can go recruit Austin now.
Yeah.
Do you really think they're not recruiting Austin, Texas, and San Antonio and Houston and every other corner of that state already?
Well, get your facts straight.
Hello? I love this argument. Well, it's increased recruiting exposure.
Because they're not trying to recruit there already? Or, like, what
do you know how much money every team spends to recruit in Texas? And you really think, well, hey, Monty, now we're in the Pac-12.
Well, Monty, it's actually the Pac-8 right now. We've had some difficulties.
And just to extrapolate a little further, you think Texas State fans going to be thrilled when Jimmy, the best quarterback in San Marcos, Texas, is now playing football at Boise State? That's what you're literally saying. Well, now you're in the state. Now you can recruit the state of Texas. This was SMU. Well, SMU brings the Dallas recruiting ground to the ACC.
Yeah, 50-gallon hats, Monty.
Hey, bro, do you really think Florida State wasn't recruiting Dallas already? Yeah, they probably. That's a good point there, Marty.
Oh,
Recruiting.
Come on now, bro.
What are
Come
you
on
talking?
now.
I am amazed
Come
at
on.
just how myopic this is. I mean, it is remarkable to me. It is. Texas State fan, you're doing yourself an injustice by trying to make the argument that Texas State delivers Texas football recruiting, because it does not. Any program in this conference is trust me, the one thing you can say about the Mountain West is they recruit their ass off. So anybody that's going to be in the Pac-12 is already recruiting the state of Texas. I mean, come on, man. Why can't we all just get along? Because Texas State fan and every other fan base can't take their emotions out of it. I don't have to get emotionally attached to Texas State or anybody else, because we're talking about logistics and common sense. Meanwhile, Texas State fan says their massive fan base is going to fill up road stadiums.
But Monty, the roller food in San Marcos is just incredible. I mean, that's really what people are here for.
Okie Light, Tulsa recruits Texas better than Texas State.
oh, you're rolling. Shut your mouth.
So you have to get Tulsa just went winless. Right, but they had the best quarterback in San Marcos, Texas.
And again, Monty, Tulsa's food is absolutely incredible.
I mean, come on. Yeah, but see, God damn it, you keep making my point. Texas State University not only deserves a place in the Pac-12, congratulations, bud.
Quote, deserves a place in the Pac-12.
What are you talking? What exactly do people think the Pac-12 is going to be? What? I agree it's a step up, but a step up to what? You're not getting raw fish. You're getting like week-old cooked fish now. You're not making more money because it's not what you're grossing. I keep trying to explain this to people. It's not what you're grossing. It's what you're netting. You think you're going to make more money in the Pac-12. Help me understand that. You're not making more money in the Pac-12. The travel alone for all of your other sports, your stick and ball sports, as Dr. Ed Scott from Memphis told us, your soccer, you're flying your soccer team commercial from San Marcos, Texas to Seattle, Washington to how is that going to work out on the P&L sheet?
Yeah, you're just making all this money, Monty.
How are you going to pay for, because you're making exponentially more money? You're not. You got to pay for more educational facilitating. You have to pay for more technology. You have to pay for more traveling equipment, more diesel fuel for your football truck. You have a football truck, I would assume. Let all that sink in, dude. I understand you think you deserve something. You don't deserve anything. You deserve what you've earned.
Yep.
Nothing is handed to you. I am amazed that you can't figure out that when you say stuff like Texas State not only deserves a place in the Pac-12, but also warrants more respect for its growing athletic programs. No, it doesn't. Win games, win championships.
You don't deserve respect, bro. You earn respect. Like this argument is so tired.
Yeah. Eric Wasikowski, UTEP, UTSA would be a better combo by far. Monty is keeping Texas State from a Pac Mountain West so they can join the Big 12. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, obviously.
Because we're a Big 12 show now.
Right, apparently. I mean, yeah.
That was awesome. Like all the Texas State fans in the comments, like, you guys are just a Pac-12 homer show or a Big 12 homer show and you hate the Pac-12. Right. Okay. It's wild to me. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the myopic and at the unbelievable level with which people put their universities in, where if you would just take your emotions out of it, and if you would just let people understand that, hey, we're taking an opportunity that's being given to us, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Take the opportunity that's been given to you.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, the money that you are going to have to come up with, Are you going to opt into profit sharing? Are you opting into the house settlement? Because if you're not, what's the point of joining the Pac-12? Ask yourself that question. What is the point of joining if you are not opting into revenue sharing in the house settlement? You can't compete for a college football playoff spot.
Nope.
Do you have the money for roster expansion or contraction? And if it's a shrinking roster, because that's happening, if it's a shrinking roster, how are you going to compete at a higher level with less players? And I would remind you, you're this juggernaut of an athletic program. Do you really think UTSA? Do you really think other programs in the state? Because, now San Marcos, Texas is a recruiting hotbed, according to you guys. You really think that if you're this great juggernaut team that they're not going to throw more NIL money at one player that you have that would be worth more than your entire collective? I don't think fans think this stuff through. I truly don't think.
It's not a matter of thinking whether they do or not. They don't.
I truly don't think that when fans look at, and Texas State's just the latest example of this. Have you thought at all about how you become successful if you're Texas State? The money and the debt that you are going to incur to make a move because are you just joining the Pac-12 to be an also-ran? You're an also-ran in the Sun Belt, right? Does anybody argue with that? Can you make the argument that Texas State is anything other than an also-ran? And you probably don't know because it's the Sun Belt. Can you really make the argument that somehow, some way, Texas State, who finished 5-3 in the Sun Belt last year, you're telling me that you've earned more respect than Marshall? That's what you're telling me. You've earned more respect than Louisiana, who was 10-4 last year. I'm going to say you haven't. No. And I think when you look at where Texas State is, I don't even disagree that Texas State is growing. I read all kinds of articles about the investments in infrastructure. That's all fantastic. That has nothing to do with the house settlement. Do you know how much more money you're going to have to spend in NIL? Do you guys understand the money that Oregon State and Boise State and Gonzaga spend in NIL? Gonzaga, who doesn't play football, probably outspends you in NIL. Do the math. So when you're getting all uppity about all this stuff, what I'm trying to tell you is you're going to be a feeder program for probably Boise State. And my guess is the second best football team in that conference is likely going to be Colorado State.
Yeah.
You're going to be the win for those guys for however long it takes you to figure out your abacus and your finances. Like, just be realistic about it.
Yeah, you just got to think it all through first,
Horny James, who is a TCU fan. I was there when Texas State just whipped Southern Miss 58-3. They looked pretty good to me. How's John Stone doing? How's Jake Retzloff doing? All the people that you've minted is amazing.
Sure. Preston Stone.
Or excuse me, I said John Stone. Preston Stone.
The cack.
How's Preston Stone doing? Well, Monty, he's still bent to the left a little bit, but we're working on it.
It's still pretty clean cut, though. You know what I mean?
So-called experts.
And Texas State fan who's new to the show, I caution you about being excited about Horny James endorsing your program because the last guy he put his seal of approval on. Let's get this right. Let me just understand this. Preston Stone cut, not with SMU anymore. Ollie Gordon, who is going to be the greatest running back in the history of college football, DUI, ran a bunch of stairs, and then was undrafted.
Program.
I should probably stop. Let's do Jake Retzloff. Jake Retzloff's going to be the best quarterback in the conference.
Program.
Civil lawsuit for sexual assault.
Bro, Haas Henry.
Haas Henry's going to be amazing. Great transfer.
Program.
Had a terrible spring football.
Program.
Our wide receiver room's the best in the country. But Okay. Bragging about being the 7th best in the state. I know.
Yeah.
Did you did not say they were 7th best in. Stop it. You can't name 7 universities better than.
Stop.
God.
Yeah.
Stay hard.
Yeah.
I am going to give you a free.
What's up, big bro?
I'm going to give you a free pass on that.
This is a new low.
Because you say stuff like, "Wait, man, you watch your mouth. We're the 7th best university in this state."
This is truly a new level we've reached. Oak State James has never reached this level of foolishness right here. Okay.
BYU because they run Texas.
Okay, so Texas Tech.
Are we going to do this? Texas Tech, TCU, Houston, Rice, UTSA. Do you want me to keep going?
8 ball.
Baylor. That's 7 right there.
Monty.
Texas A&M. I mean, I can keep going.
Wait, did you just list off 8 that are better?
BYU 9.
Yeah, you know.
God, you just go.
Too fucking bad, man.
You just said you were the 7th best team in Texas.
Come on, man.
You can't name 7 schools in Texas.
Yeah, actually watch me. Watch me, dude. Come on, bro.
Tarleton State.
What about Abilene?
Abilene. That's 26.
Just the stalwartness.
Did you really just say you can't?
People will read your positive shit. You don't always have to be negative.
Welcome to the
Bro.
nightmare. Texas State isn't even top 10.
Bro.
UTEP. 37.
38.
Bro, like
39.
I sifted through all that.
you make it so easy.
I can't. You really didn't just say there's not 7 better teams.
I said Texas A&M, bro. Right? Like, Stadium Guy James, Rice is not better than Texas State. Okay, 36.
Our bad. Sorry.
My bad.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Texas State acting like we're not top 7 is wild.
Oh, no.
Dude, I got to give you credit. This is legitimately one of the dumbest things I've ever heard on YouTube. Honestly.
Okay.
Venice Parade.
Like, bro.
Nope.
Pack 10.
Not doing it.
Dude.
Please inform your Texas State fan, the scout team. Please inform Buddy at Texas State, the scout team at UTSA ranks higher.
Bro, what are you doing?
Oh man, acting like we're not top 7 is what you're not top 7, dude. You're not. Come on. Okay. Rice is not better. Texas A&M, the Austin College of Typing and Chicken Preparation. See, and this is it, all kidding aside, and Texas State fans and stuff.
Hey, look here, man.
You're making arguments you can't back up. You're having an argument of opinion. I'm having an argument of fact. My biggest, okay, congratulations. No, you're not close. You're the top, you're the 7th best team in the state of Texas. Do you really believe that solves the Pac-12's problems?
No.
Your opinion is that they're going to sell more merchandise. You think that's going to cover the cost of NIL at Texas State, supposedly? No. Oh, well, our fans are going to travel. Your fans don't travel to home games. You bring 21,000 people to the stands at home. How many do you think you will sell 2,000 tickets on the road? Come on. Is Scott Bakula still the quarterback at Texas State? Okay. That is really funny. Welcome to the nightmare. Monty having to retract his previous statement on Rice to make sure they aren't ahead of Texas State in the bottom feeder of Texas schools. I will fight you over Rice. Okay, I'll take brown rice. You can have white. Let's do this. Like, are you out of your mind? Like, what are we even? Oak State? Sorry.
Dude, James,
Horny
dude,
James.
I haven't seen your comment, but I need to say this. I swear to God, if you lay in bed with Texas State, buddy, on this, if you defend Texas State, I can't help you, dude. I can't help you.
Okay, you can't help them. Texas State is a legit team on the rise. Nobody. Again, who said they weren't? Who said they weren't?
Well, Monty, the ops building and the CNS seating that's at Texas State Stadium is absolutely incredible. You know what I mean?
Do you not understand, Marty, that they have their hot dog rollers consistently stay at 164 degrees?
Yummy.
You can check it in the first quarter. You can check it in the third quarter. You can check it in overtime. It's going to be 164 degrees.
He has our full respect.
I am sure the hot dog rollers at whatever the hell Texas State Stadium is called are amazing. That doesn't change the fact that they don't move the TV money needle. Nobody's arguing that Texas State sucks.
Jim Wacker Field at UFC Stadium.
Where them whackers are, doesn't mean that they're not whacking it, because they are. But my point is, you're such a dick for saying that. My point is,
not me. It's the name of the stadium, bro.
At whacking it field.
At whack off field.
Listen,
Stay hard.
all I'm saying is, I am sure whacking it field is amazing.
His cock.
I am sure.
Bro, it's
Yes, David. I did.
dude.
Well, your team
McCaff.
doesn't have a national championship. Yeah, you got a couple 50 years ago. Congratulations. FCS champion, Texas State. That's great. Nobody said the athletic program sucks. Nobody said they're a bad university. Nobody said any of that.
You did say there weren't 7 better teams, though.
That I did. Okay, I did. And I did say I'd take brown rice over. I did say that. My
Because
bad.
shit's going good.
But my point is, none of this argument about how their fan base is massive and it's going to inject energy into traveling stadiums.
At Jim Wacker Field.
None of that brings more TV money. None of it. Because you're not selling more merchandise. And TV networks don't give a rat's ass about your merchandise sales. They don't care.
Gotta be America's team.
They don't care how hot the rollers are at Whacking It Field. They care about selling more Coca-Cola because they advertised on a Texas State game. Anyway, Texas State, Horny James, Texas State plays at UFCU Field Stadium. And yes, they are in the process of improving it. Considering that 8-ball is still at Baylor, I'd say Texas State is better than Baylor. Okay.
See, now you're trying to work in the 8-ball reference, and I just can't agree with that because I don't know that that's factually true.
Joey B makes a very legitimate question. Is there a Buc-ee's in San Marcos? God damn it.
Monty, the Buc-ee's in San Marcos is absolutely
Horny
lit.
James.
You know?
Horny James is the only one in the audience who is qualified to answer this question. How's the brisket at Buc-ee's in San Marcos? Well, Marty, it just depends on which one you're talking about. Highest attendance game at Wacker Field. Number 6 Houston beating Texas State 64-3.
Oh, no.
Oh, but
Wacker Field.
Tarleton State. I said
play a little game called
just the tip. I did say Tarleton State,
Good for you, buddy.
right? How did we get here?
Because dude's out here hot taking in the comments section about Wacker
Listen,
Field in Texas
Listen
State.
to me, you son of a bitch. You're the 7th best team in that state.
You're a homer. The first one.
Boyd Lake, San Marcos has the biggest Buc-ee's.
The biggest Buc-ee's.
I mean, that Buc-ee's is so big, 21,000 fans can fit in there.
bro.
you know.
I can't help some people, honestly.
Yeah, no. What about North Texas? What about North Texas? Are North Texas is okay? We should, you know.
Next comment.
It's fine. You know. All right. Last one, David Persons. Hey, Texas State is better than the Austin College of Typing and Chicken Preparation. Well, I'll tell you what, they know how to tenderize that meat, boy.
Hey, boy.
boy.
I'm a terrible person. I don't even argue it. Yeah, I read about this, that Whacking It Field did play host to Friday Night Lights. So, somebody has to look this up.
Oh, I win. Google me.
Tell me there are high school teams that have a larger average attendance than Texas State. Because I think I looked it up.
Look at the high school.
Texas State, and this is according to the old Google machine. This is from Texas State Athletics, according to Google AI. 21,184 fans per home game. There are 2 sellouts. The Bobcats have also had 2 sellouts at UFCU Whacking It Field. With crowds of 28,000. Your stadium only fucking holds
Janus.
Whoa.
28.
Whoa.
Your state, yeah, I don't know what your stadium only holds 28,000 fans. Come on, man. Like, see that your stadium holds. I try. Okay. Which is fine. I am sure that that must be a misprint. That must be a misprint. Because doesn't UTSA have like 50,000 seats? That can't be. There's no way it only. Are you serious? Whacking It Field only holds 28,000 fans.
I mean, that's.
What are we even talking
rough,
about?
bro.
Okay, let's real quick play a game with me called Just the Average High School Attendance. Texas.
Let's play a little game called Just the Tip.
High school attendance. Football. Average Texas football. Let's go over here. High school attendance. State championships can draw larger crowds, often exceeding 40,000. The average attend is 16,496
The all-time
in the
record,
larger stadiums.
The all-time record for a high school, a high school football game in the state of Texas, was at Jerry World in 2013. 54,347 for the state championship game.
Yes, that's at AT&T.
Yeah.
But if you look at the average attendance in the largest division of Texas high school football is 16,500 and change. That's outrageous. But that's only about 8K more than high school games. That's what I'm saying. Like, are you really telling me that their capacity is 28,000? Wasn't it Allen High School that built that palace of a stadium? Right? I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm telling Texas State's a fine university. You did this to yourself, and I am a villain. You can paint me as a villain, but I did not do this to you. You did this to yourself.
Agreed.
All right. Hour number 2 of the Monty Show, presented by our friends at Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show. Let's get into tonight's Prize Picks. Why isn't the Cubs game on, by the way? We're 1-1 in the bottom of the second. The best team in Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubs. That's a lie. Let's look at Prize Picks tonight. Are you ready to mea culpa on your Tyrese Halliburton's the greatest player I've ever seen?
Nope. No,
You're not.
I'm not doing it. I think that. Okay, James, stop DMing me stories during the show. Okay, just stick to the comment section, my guy. No, I'm not. Listen, Tyrese Halliburton definitely didn't finish that series strong. That said, still was one of their main contributors. Still a really good player. So say what you want.
Okay, we got the dub tonight. The WNBA. Is she playing tonight? What do you guys feel bad for oh my God, I can't think of her name went right out of my head. Reese.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Jesus.
No, I don't feel bad.
Do you
for
guys
her.
feel bad for Angel Reese that there are entire podcasts dedicated to her missing the first shot of a game?
No, I don't. Maybe you
And
should make more shots.
Prize Picks used to have it. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure I played it once. Prize Picks used to have where you could pick Angel Reese to miss the first shot of her game. They don't have it, but it's amazing because she almost always misses the first shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you explain it. I really don't know how. I really don't care. I think it's amazing. I have never heard of Gabby Williams, who is a forward for Seattle. I believe it's the Storm. 13.5 points. More or less. I'm going to have to say,
I don't know.
which you're not going to go with me on Prize Picks of the W.
No, I can't.
Okay. Fast forward this. It's behind. They're in the second inning. I'm going to say less on Gabby Williams. Now I'm going to go away from the WNBA because I'm out of my depth. Like I'm Texas State.
Yeah.
You know, the 7th best team in Texas. I'm going to go Major League Baseball. And I have got pitcher strikeouts. Michael Lorenzen against St. Louis, 3.5. Shohei Ohtani tonight. Let's go Shohei. Hits, runs, and RBIs. It's 2.5. I'm going to say he's got the Mets. Who are the Mets pitching tonight? This is where my life has degenerated to. The Mets are throwing. Oh, please. Are you kidding me? They are throwing Tyler McGill. He have a 3.52 ERA and a 4-4 record. We're going to go more on hits, runs, and RBIs for good old Gambler there. I think I like that one a lot. And then I need one obscure pick.
Clayton Kershaw.
You
less
can't
than
take
4 Ks.
Yeah, you can't take Kershaw.
Less.
You have no idea what you're going to get from him. You're really going to take Kershaw.
Less than 4 Ks.
Why not go with Bergert for San Diego against the Giants, who are massively slumping
about him?
Well, he's 1-0. It's his. I mean, it's his. He's really just getting his feet wet.
Yeah.
I much prefer the Padres. That or Bobby Witt Jr. tonight. And I hate the scumbag Kansas City Royals. I hope they never win another game.
No, you gotta take Jack Caglione if you're going Royals. Kid's on fire. First game in the bigs.
He's a POS though. I honestly, I hope he never gets a hit and his career ends tonight. I think that's what Kansas City sports fans deserve.
Okay.
Jake doesn't want to hear that. Hits, runs, and RBIs on good old Cags.
2.5 total bases on Demon for Cags. I'm taking it.
Why is it a pause projection?
Check out this 3-pick flex play right here. Kyle Schwarber to go deep against Toronto. It's top of the first. Clayton Kershaw, less than 4 pitcher strikeouts.
Oh, I hate that.
And Jack Caglione,
Caglione.
more than 2.5 bases, $20 to win 320 on a flex play.
I could get Nico Horner for half a hit runner and RBI for the rest of the game. I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm doing that. Let's go. We submitted it. Screw them. Gabby Williams, I've never heard of you, and I have no idea if you're any good. Please come through tonight with 13.5 points less. Do not cash 13.5 points. Shohei the Gambler, 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and Nico Horner, half a run, RBI, or hit for the rest of the game. There you go. Prize Picks, America's favorite daily fantasy app. Make sure you download. Use the promo code Monty, M-O-N-T-Y Monty, to open a new Prize Picks account. You deposit $5, they'll give you 50 more instantly. Go Cubs! Prize Picks, the official daily fantasy partner of the Monty Show, who reminds you, find our audio podcast friends. If you are somebody that's driving, or you hate that you can't play YouTube in the background, find us on audio. You can always listen to the show. Anywhere you get your podcast, just search The Monty Show. M-O-N-T-Y, The Monty Show, whether that is Apple, Spotify, you name it, The Monty Show. It's all good to go on audio. Wherever you get your audio podcast, just search for The Monty Show.